creating a game level that is really fun as normal basic gaming elements, but still the students can learn how to do Boolean algebra and understand them, do K-maps optimizations, use it. These are basically the topics that occur in digital electronics.
Hey, what's up, you people? It's Johanna, aka Jojo. I'm super excited today because I'm joined by Joy Ajayi. Joy is a gameplay programmer with experience in game engines such as Unity and Unreal, and she's currently in her final year of study in computer engineering at Covenant University in Nigeria. Joy, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Joanna.
Nice to meet you too. So can you tell us a little bit more about you?
Sure. My name is Joy, like you said. I'm a computer engineering student at Covenant University. I'm in my final year. I'm also a Women in Games ambassador, and I enjoy volunteering at game industry events. I volunteered at last year's Africacomicade Gamathon. I also volunteered to speak at the Decoding Black Females event last year. So I enjoy introducing more women to gaming and just letting them know that it's possible to actually want to be anything in gaming industry, really. Because I mean, it's something people really think is possible. So I enjoy being like, yes, it's actually fun to do.
Yeah. Yes, that's great. That's great. I think we both, so we fellow Women in Games ambassador, and we both have the same purpose and mission within like going and demonstrating to women that the gaming industry really is a welcoming industry for women. So how did you get into gaming?
Okay, I've always played games. I mean, for as long as I can remember, but I didn't really know it could be a career until my 11th year in secondary school. So I went for this summer program, and they were teaching how to make a game using Construct. So actually, fun fact, Oscar was my tutor at Center for Tech then, and that was when I first met him, and he was teaching us how to make a game using Construct too. And it was such a fun event, like coming up with our levels and then adding music, trying different sounds and saying, okay, this one works, I don't like this one. And then it was just so interesting that I came home the next year and I told my mom that, you know what, I'm going to study game technology at the university. This is what I want to do. And at the time I started looking at universities that do game technology and just looking at their course code. But I was about to go into the university the next year. But that couldn't happen because my parents were like, do a broader degree for your first degree. Games is too streamlined. Like, is there even any job in games? But I was like, no. So I kept looking at different universities, just telling myself that, okay, I'll do computer engineering for my undergrad, that's my bachelor's. Then when I want to like specialize after my degree, I'll do a master's in gaming. And that's basically it. I mean, over the years, I had been watching tutorials on how to make games. And then in the year before my placement year, I went for another program, and at this program, they taught Unreal Engine 4. And this time around, I taught myself how to make like a first-person shooter game, and it was so fun, like trying to. But I mean, I was having problems because I was teaching myself via a book, but like it was interesting trying to figure it out and tweak different things, and that's when I knew that no, I definitely want to do games. So that was actually the start of me constantly making games on my own and trying to learn on my own. So I'm basically a self-taught game programmer. So over the years, I'm teaching myself because I really want to specialize in programming. I enjoy programming. So I've been teaching myself how to code games and also design on the side, because since I do everything myself, I have to know how to also design the game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's
That's great. That's great. I think you touched 2 points that I would like to talk to you about here. The first point would be the fact that your parents actually told you, "Oh no, this is too streamlined, and this is what." And I know talking to people in the community, and I would say in the African community and Caribbean as well, it is something that is really one of the barrier is the family and close people thinking that there is no future in game. So how are you able to really make your parents see that there was a future for you in that? I know that you said you're going to go into computer engineering, but where are they now in their head?
I think now they finally accepted, but it's probably just late last year they finally accepted that I'm serious about games.
Mhm.
Because I mean, with a computer engineering degree, I can go into software or
Mhm.
app development, mobile development. But
Mhm.
every time they're like, look into all these other things. I mean, in Nigeria, there's not really a structured industry like other countries, and even if even with the industry that we have, there's a limit to how much they can pay you because it's not bringing in so much profit.
Mhm.
So every single time, I mean, it's always been that back and forth.
Mhm.
But they're like, okay, you want to do this, yeah, we'll let you. But I mean, we still have a computer engineering degree. So when you're done with this, don't worry, you can use your degree to do something. But, but like, by last year, I think last year was really a big year for me. And with all the things that happened last year, I think my parents finally saw that I was being serious about it because after the Africacomicade event and speaking at the Women in Games Global Conference, I mean, that was a really, really big highlight. I think they finally saw that, yes, I mean, I'm being serious about it and I'm putting in the effort to actually be good at what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Yes, that's great. That's great. And the second one was the second point that I wanted to talk to you about was the fact that you are self-taught. What do you think is needed in terms of education? Because and why my question is, I see a lot of developers in on the continent from the gaming community, so they're self-taught. A lot of are self-taught, and I understand that there is a gap between being self-taught and being intermediate. What would you like to see yourself as a support to the community to get to that, professional level, like automatically?
Well, for one, I would, okay, I'll use myself as an example. I believe that if at the time I was applying for university, there was a course like games design or games art in Nigeria, like they have over in South Africa, my parents would have been open minded because for it to be a course, it means people are serious about it. And being but being self taught so far, like I'm aware there are gaps in what I know because I'm a very big strong believer in education and going to school because even if there's usually like a divide between what happens in school and in the industry, there's still some fundamental basics that a school will touch. So I love if South Africa is not the only country that has a degree, like you can go to university and study games. I mean, a dream of mine is actually to open like a school that solely teaches creative technology like animations, music, games, just all these things that people can actually start from a younger age and develop like skills and also like think at industry level. Because I mean, I'm basically taught of YouTube tutorials and blogs of the internet, and there's always a disparity between everybody's codes. But yeah, but like it's the same way I had to teach teach myself camel casing in programming. I didn't even know that was a thing until my cousin called it to my attention one day. I was like, you're supposed to do, like, this is what he was taught in school. But like, this was never a thing that I was taught. So like, if we have classes, schools, short diploma courses that actually really teaching fundamentals, I think it would be really good for most of those of us in Africa, because then I think people outside the country, outside our continent, will be more open-minded to us, because
Exactly.
there's always still okay.
Yeah.
It's not the same as someone that actually did a BSc in games design and art.
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be things they know that we never know. We're never going to have the discussions in classrooms with someone that's actually been in the industry. But the industry, discussions we can have is industry in Africa and who has happened. But since we're still like at this baby stage, there is a limit to what can be taught or said.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for sharing that. I think that our viewers would be that would be a very useful and insightful information to take on. Hopefully, we will have investors that would want to invest in schools and really to teach that that creative community in Africa as a continent. So my next question would be about your games. So you say that you do a lot of things on the side. So and you are starting designing as well. So do you have any projects that you have done that are currently available for everybody to see? And what are you working on at the moment?
All right. Yes, I do actually have games that are available for everyone to see. I have them on itch.io and underneath my name, Joy Ajayi. These are actually games I worked on for jams. And I mean, I don't upload all of them, but most of them are games for jams. But currently, I'm working on my final year project. It's a serious game to teach a course called digital electronics. And digital electronics for just break down its Boolean algebra, logic circuit optimization for engineering. So my final year project I wanted to do something games related because that's the only thing I know. Is to build a serious game to teach students digital electronics via the game. So what I've basically been working on the past few months is creating a game level that is really fun as normal basic gaming elements, but still the students can learn how to do Boolean algebra and understand them, do K-maps optimizations, use it. These are basically the topics that occur in digital electronics. So after they are done with the game and they go back to class, they can actually understand better what the teacher is trying to teach. Because at the time when I did it, it took a very long time to finally cram in all the 12 laws of Boolean algebra into my head. Like with the game, what I'm hoping to achieve is create a system where you just know, like you see two letters, you see A plus A, and you automatically know what's supposed to be next. I mean, it's simple to learn, but like when you start saying, it's the same like algebra in school. When you start saying he had 10 apples and 50, and then you start getting a bit confused. So like the game is supposed to really simplify that process so that by the time you start saying application questions in exams, it's a lot easier to learn. So that's kind of what I'm working on. But other games I've worked on are just simple puzzle games. I had a table, well, we call it a tabletop game, but like a Ludo kind of game, like something for a jam last year. I really enjoyed working on that game because it was really nice. And it was the first time I actually tried diversity in my game, because in the game there are 3 different languages. So you can decide to English, Yoruba, or French. And you can pick a character based on your skin tone. So that game was really, really fun to work on.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I would love to see that game. So you said English, Yoruba, or French? Do you get people to help you, or do you speak those three languages?
No, I only speak Yoruba because that's my native language.
Okay.
Yes. But for the game, I still use Google Translate
Okay.
to convert to another language. I mean, there are still problems, but since I only know rudimentary French based on secondary school, and my Yoruba is still spotty, I couldn't completely convert most of the words, the sentences that were in the game
Yeah.
to the other language.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm French, So if you want me to double check all the translation, I will be able to do that for you. So what's the future? What's next for you after getting? You said you're in your final year. I don't doubt that you'll be graduating. So what next for you?
Well, I want to do a master's in game programming.
Okay.
After my degree. So I graduate in September, and I'm hoping that I get to start my master's degree in game programming at Goldsmiths. So
Goldsmith?
Yes, Goldsmiths University of London.
In London, yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm still trying to work that out. but because like I said earlier, I'm really specific about school because I feel like there's a lot that I still don't know being self-taught, and I feel getting this degree giving me that opportunity to see this. So so many different aspects of game programming, because I say I want to be a gameplay programmer, but I've never actually seen tools programming being done, or engine programming being done, or AI programming being done. But I feel going to a school just give me the opportunity to actually see all the different aspects and be completely sure I want to do gameplay programming. I mean, I know I really want to do it, but at least if I've seen all these other aspects of programming being done, I'll have like a little bit of an idea of what it's about.
So that's interesting. Okay, so all right. So I'm thinking, do you have any mentors that are in that programming, mentors that are in that space?
No, not really.
Okay,
so I have people I talk to. More in games design, but not game programming.
Okay, so we're going to send a call for a mentor for you to actually be sure that you want to do that, and how you want to do, what specialty you want to actually take in game. And yes, let's viewers. Actually, that would be the title of the video, call for a mentor, programming mentor. And thank you very much, Joy. So viewers, Joy is looking for a mentor, programming mentor, to really ensure that she wants to do game programming. Am I correct, Joy?
Gameplay
programming. Okay. All right. So any last word, really, for our viewers?
Okay, I think you must follow your arts. I mean, if you know, even if you have the slightest interest, I think it's really nice when you follow it through. Even if you know you're going to drop it at the end, but at least you've seen it through and you can say, okay, yes, I've done this. I didn't like it, and that's perfectly fine, and I can find something else to do. And I mean, more girls should come to game programming, more Nigerian girls. It's really fun to also have other people that are in gaming from Nigeria that are girls. I mean, we have so many boys and men, but we don't really have female people in Nigeria, or people that identify as females in gaming.
Yeah. So that would be great to have a growing community of women,
Yeah.
Nigerian women in Nigeria, I would say. I'm sure there are programming, Nigerian women programming outside of Nigeria, the diaspora, but we don't have this in Nigeria itself. So I think you touch a couple of points that are really important in order to grow that community. One is the awareness and the awareness with the family, and ensuring that they know that there is really a future in gaming. And the secondly is the education, have official education, creative education that's going to actually support that growth of talent there. That's really important, definitely. So Joy, we arrive. We have time of a short discussion. I really would like to thank you for your time.
Thank you too for having me.
No, not a problem. It would be great to have you back, and I really wish we're going to follow. We've got 3 things to follow. So the French annual project, and the call for the mentor. And if you are in London, ever you are in London, we definitely need to meet.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you very much, Joy. And I wish you a very good day. So viewers, it was Johanna, aka Jojo. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Bye.
Fire, fire, fire,
Bye.
fire.